All right. So it's still Veterans Day, and we're still going to run a lesson because it's a good thing to do. It's the right thing to do, I think. I love playing on my day off, or I find that, sometimes I'll be playing certain things on the piano, Um, I learned all four, my own version, of course, of all four of the Armed Forces songs, the Navy song, the Army Goes Rolling Along, the Marines hymn, and the Air Force, off we go into the wild blue yonder, da 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 da, I did that one year. I forgot them all. I could play them a little bit, but let's focus on what we're doing here. Um, this is what I'm doing. This is what I like to do. I like to do my own thing on days off, on holidays, and but it's important to remember our veterans who, without them, we wouldn't have our freedom. We wouldn't have freedom of choice. We wouldn't have other things like we wouldn't have lawyers. We wouldn't have newscasters. That kind of thing. That's what they told us at church yesterday. Um, because these are people that defend freedom of speech and our freedom of um, our rights, you know. So we owe that to the soldiers, and I was ready when I fought. When I was in the service. I was ready. Believe me, you know. Um, I would have been thrown into the fight just like anybody else. So, with that said, I'm retired now practically, but I still have to find some work. And that's not easy. No work is easy. I got really cut really bad on a dishwashing job on a pan that just had a sharp edge, and oh my goodness, I didn't think I was going to heal up, and I did, but the body heals, and that's a miracle. So let's look at string shapes deliberately shown as individuals, but I rearranged them for this class. So now they do go in the circle of fifths that they go in, the circle of string shaped fifths. The circle of string shaped fifths is different from the circle of fifths in that the the E goes back to C again instead of going all the way around. Okay? Look here for a second. And you look at the difference between a string shaped circle is here. It goes C, G, D, A, E, and then back to C again, because these are the shapes of the chords that we're playing. C, like this, C, G, D, A, and E. These are the shapes of the chords that we're playing. So they go back to themselves. This really big circle that I made is the circle of 60 string shaped keys. Okay? And this goes in fourths clockwise, but it goes in fifths counterclockwise. That's opposite from the string shape circle of fifths, which goes in fourths uh, counterclockwise. The fourth of C is F, the fourth of F is B flat, the fourth of B flat is E flat, etc., etc., etc. The fifth of C is G. Here's our string shapes. The fifth of C is G, the fifth of G is D, the fifth of D is A, and the fifth of A is E. But now we don't go to B again. We're going back to the C string shape. How does that work? It just works like that. Here's your C shape right there. Okay? And then we go to the A-shaped C over here. So we'll get back to that after we go through all these different shapes. You see? So if we start C up top, and we go to F, then we go to A-shaped B flat, then we go to D-shaped E flat, okay, then we go to G-shaped A flat like that, then we go to C-shaped D flat. Okay, where's C-shaped D flat? Now we're going to go to C-shaped D flat right there. So remember, we started C-shaped C, then we just went to C-shaped D flat. So we're moving up the fretboard in fourths. Then we go to E-shaped G flat, A-shaped B, D-shaped E right here, G-shaped A, okay, D-shaped C. No, what is that? D-shaped A, G-shaped A, then C-shaped D. Now we've moved up one more again. We've moved up a whole step. E-shaped G. Remember, this is the shape in white. This is the key that the chord that we're playing. A-shaped C, and that's it. So it took us that many chord shapes to go from the C-shaped C just to the A-shaped C, to go from here to here. Sorry about the C. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Practically an octave. Isn't that interesting? So I'm always looking for like coincidences like that, or patterns, or things like that that can make some kind of sense. And again, similarly, it'll take another 12 shapes going through the circle of fourths in this case to get to the G. But when we're over here and we finally get back around here, if we go in the opposite direction, we're going in the key of C. Excuse me, opposite direction, we're going in fifths. So it'd be starting C-shaped fifth, G-shaped G, C-shaped C rather, tip top, and then G-shaped G. Okay, then we go to D-shaped D, A-shaped A. That A-shaped A is going to be right here. Okay, E-shaped E. But now we drop it down to a C-shaped B. So going in fifths, the circle of fifths goes to the left. The circle of string shape or cage shape fourths goes to the right, like that. Okay. Now, similarly, if you have something happening to the left and the right, you could also apply that same logic. Okay, so if fifths are going to the left and fourths are going to the right, then it's logical that fifths would also come down and fourths would go up. But we're not going to prove that right now. That's just an assumption. Anyway, so that's the difference between the string shaped circle, which goes in fifths like this, just arbitrary, and fourths the other way. C is going to come around and go back to the E shape like that. So that's, I thought I'd give you a treat and show you how the circle is 60 string shaped keys, and that goes back to itself. If you play it all the way, it comes right back up to the same thing, the exact same thing. Although that would be probably an octave higher. Now, would it be an octave higher? Let me just check. Yep, it looks like it's an octave higher. So all these shapes you can play in between 1 octave from C to shining C. It's wonderful. All right, so let's get back to the lesson and look at what we're going to learn today and what we're going to employ today in our playing. And that is the string shapes as we go through the different qualities: pentatonic, tritonic,